Hello, how you doing? My name's Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over again for this special transfer deadline day special show I'm just doing in the last for the last hour or so of the transfer window. There's still no confirmation yet on any transfers that Arsenal have completed. Apparently, the transfer, the release clause, sorry, for Thomas Partey has been triggered, £45 million, but we're still waiting for the deal to be finalised. Obviously, hopefully it's going to be done within the next hour. There's been a couple of people leaving. Guendouzi has gone to Hertha Berlin on loan for the season, which you might have heard about that earlier. And Torreira as well is going on loan to Atletico Madrid with an option to buy. So that's those two going out of the club, probably as expected. So far, nobody else has left. Socrates, there was talk of him going, but that hasn't gone through as yet. And nobody else has left. There's a few deals have gone through that have an Arsenal connection. Jack Wilshere has had his contract terminated by mutual consent at West Ham. Obviously not played for them for a long time, so he's now a free agent. He may well turn up somewhere over the next few weeks, I would imagine. Where else have we got? Theo Walcott, of course, played for Arsenal for a number of years, didn't he? He's left Everton on loan to Southampton for the season, gone back to where his career began. Good luck to him there, actually. I always rated Theo Walcott when he played for us. Thought he was a good player. It didn't quite work out for him at Everton, and obviously with all the new players that they've bought, it's good for his career probably to move back down to Southampton, and I'm sure he'll do well there. One with a slight Arsenal connection, I suppose, Chris Willock, of course, Joe's brother, has moved from Benfica to QPR. I believe it's £750,000 they've paid for him on a 3-year deal. So he's back in London, which I'm sure Joe will be happy about as well. And also as well, one of Arsenal's young centre-backs, Dan Butler, of course, has been loaned to Blackpool as well, which I believe is for the season. So at the moment then, it's been a reasonably successful transfer window for Arsenal. Not quite as good as it could have been, but so far, obviously, we've brought in Gabriel, who's had a great start to his career at Arsenal. We've got in Willian as well, plus the reserve goalkeeper Alex Renarsson as well. They've all come into the club. Also as well, we've extended the loan for Dani Ceballos, of course, for another season. And also Cedric Suarez and Pablo Mari, we've both, they were originally loans, but they've both had a full deal. I know they seem a long while ago now, but they were in this transfer window. And of course, the other big news so far from this transfer window, of course, Aubameyang signing his new contracts as well. So overall, it's been a pretty successful one. If we just get the confirmation of Thomas Partey, then of course that will be even better. It's a shame that the Jose Moar deal probably won't be happening now, although we are hearing that it's likely to be reignited in the January window, which isn't that far away really anyway. So that could still happen this season. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it's probably not going to happen now, of course. In the last hour of the window, I'll be amazed if anything else really happens with Arsenal. But we'll see. Also, as well, of course, this window, we've obviously got rid of Henrik Mkhitaryan. Obviously, was bought out of his contract. He's gone to Roma. And Guendouzi, as I say, and Torreira are both going out on loan. Guendouzi to Germany, Hertha Berlin, and Torreira to Atletico, obviously, as the replacement for Thomas Partey. I mean, we've definitely come out better from that deal, I'm assuming. But let's see what else happens. I think Cavani's just been confirmed as joined Manchester United. So that one's been confirmed. Yes, that has been confirmed, yeah. It's looking like it's a 1-year contract with an option to extend it further. So that's kind of very similar to the one they had with Ibrahimovic, wasn't it? A couple of years ago. So that one's been done. Don't think there's been anything else of major concern in the Premier League at the moment. Just as here, Spurs are close to agreeing an 18 million deal for Wales international defender. Not quite sure who that is. Must have missed that notification. But I'm sure that will come through once anything's been confirmed. So yeah, I mean that seems to be the big deals that's gone through at the moment. It's been fairly quiet actually. I guess it's not really a surprise when you think about the financial situation in the world at this moment in time. It's difficult for clubs to buy and sell, isn't it? Chris Smalling, of course, has left Man United and gone to Roma. That's on a permanent deal, apparently. He's finally left Manchester United. Of course, he's not played that much anyway, has he, for them lately anyway. And let's see if there's going to be some exciting things happening in the final few minutes as we come into it. I say we're still waiting for this confirmation on Thomas Partey, which is a little bit annoying. It's been talk about this for ages. It looked like it was off, and then obviously today it's back on again. The release clause has been paid, apparently, £45 million. And apparently he's in London. We don't know for certain. We're just waiting to get confirmation of that to be actually finalised, because it's been dragging on, hasn't it, for a while. Man United have also signed Telles, of course, the Brazilian left back. They signed him earlier today as well. So they've been quite busy on transfer deadline day as well. And of course, Everton earlier on today also signed Ben Godfrey from Norwich, of course, centre back. He's a good player, actually. I mean, Everton have done some really good business in this window, haven't they? They've probably had one of the best windows out of all the Premier League clubs, I think, with the deals that they've got in already. And now they've just added Ben Godfrey to their squad as well. I think the centre-back areas probably was one of their weaknesses, if we're honest. So they've strengthened that as well. And looks like they've got a good side, Everton, we were saying earlier, I was on another stream earlier, and it wouldn't be surprising this season if a team other than Man City or Liverpool actually wins the Premier League, just because of the way the league is at the minute. Everton look as though they've got a good squad, and one of us as well. If we can get this Thomas Partey deal finally done, and with the possibility of Hossein Mouar joining in January as well, there's no reason why we can't put in a challenge, maybe. Thomas Partey's the one, isn't he? The one that we've really been lacking, that sort of player, that physical presence in midfield. And to get that deal done now would be fantastic, especially as we all thought that it was not going to happen in this window, if at all, actually. So that would be really great. Let's just check and see if anything else is coming in while we're sort of waiting. Still nothing new has been announced yet. I say Cavani, looks like that's the last deal that we've heard from, certainly involving any of the Premier League clubs. There's a few things going on in Scotland. Aberdeen have completed the signing of goalkeeper Gary Woods, short-term loan from Oldham. And that's following an injury to Aberdeen's goalkeeper, Thomas Kearney. So that's one from Scotland there. But other than that, there's not a lot seems to be going on at the minute. There's Islam Salami at Leicester. Looks like he may be joining Lyon as well. He never really quite got much of an opportunity, has he, over the last year or so at Leicester? He did have a good start to his career there, didn't he? Let's see what else. Crystal Palace are expected to offer a short-term deal to Nathaniel Klein. Of course, he was playing for Liverpool, wasn't he? I don't know if he's still there. So that looks like that could be happening there. Aston Villa have released goalkeeper Orlan Nyland. I guess he wasn't going to get much of an opportunity. Now they've signed Emi Martinez, of course, from Arsenal. Man United also have reached an agreement with Atlanta for Ahmad Diallo, but that's not until January. So they'll be getting him in January, young player. It says the fee's 21 million plus 20 million in add-on. So quite a big signing there for a young player who's not really played that many games actually so far in his career. And he'll be coming to Manchester United in January. So they've been pretty active, haven't they, today? Man United, probably one of the most active clubs in the Premier League, actually, so far. I think Cavani's quite an interesting one, isn't he? Because I know he's getting on a bit, but he has got a great goal-scoring record. Very good goal-scoring record. I think he's got over 400 career goals. It does strike me, I say, very similar to the Ibrahimovic deal that Man United got as well. Maybe past his best. I think that's clear, but I still think he's got goals in him, and he could do a decent job for Man U. Not necessarily an area of the pitch that they necessarily need, You think they've got Rashford and Greenwood. Where's that going to leave them? At Man United, we don't know, but it's good to see players like that in the Premier League, I guess. But I say we'll see how he does. I think he's a little bit past his best, isn't he? So I'm not quite sure what they're expecting from him. If you are watching this feed, if you like my channel, please subscribe as well. I'm going to be obviously covering this transfer window from an Arsenal perspective completely tomorrow in a video. I'll look back on obviously the deals that have been finalised and the ins and outs throughout the whole window for us, and do a look back on that. That will probably come out tomorrow, I would imagine. And then on Thursday, I've got another Positive Arsenal podcast as well, which I'm doing, where we'll be talking about what we've made of the transfer window for Arsenal this summer, and obviously the start to the season that we've made as well, which of course overall hasn't been too bad, has it? When you look at some of the other results that's been going on with some of the other clubs losing a few games and stuff like that, and some heavy defeats, and we've maybe been reasonably consistent, just that one defeat, of course, to Liverpool. So lots of stuff to talk about as we head into the international break, and of course a big game we've got on the restart, haven't we, away at Manchester City. That's going to be an interesting game as well. So but obviously the big news hopefully will be this transfer of Thomas Partey coming in, and I say it's a shame that we haven't managed to get the Houssem Aouar deal done as well at this time, but we are hearing that possibly January for that one, so let's wait and see. There's still no other news coming in. There's just a thing up about Leeds. Apparently, there must be a signing for Leeds coming in. Not sure who that's going to be yet. It might have been mentioned earlier. I don't know. Manchester City turned down an offer from Barcelona for Garcia, the defender. They just obviously signed a new defender, haven't they? Last week. So I don't know if he's going to be surplus to requirements, but they've turned down Barcelona's offer for him today, so he might well be staying at Manchester City certainly until January. What else have we got? Seems to be nothing else happening at the minute. So there's still 40 minutes or so left of the window. It looks like Leeds are signing Rafinha, the Brazilian. Just obviously they're waiting for confirmation of that to get that deal done. Sky have put a picture of some fish and chips and telling Leeds fans not to go to bed, which is quite good. So I'm guessing that one's probably in a similar state to our deal with Partey. Still a few bits and pieces to finish off with that one. It's Roden that Tottenham, the defender. Tottenham are supposed to be interested in signing the Welsh defender. So again, that's not been confirmed as yet. So we'll see whether that can go through. There's still. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of time left, but I still think there's a few deals that are going to happen before we finish, or before the window closes at 11 o'clock. What else have we got? Anything else coming through at the moment? No. It was 18 million at Smalling's fee for Manchester United to Roma, so they've got 18 million for Smalling. That's actually quite a good deal, isn't it? When you think he's not really played that much, he's been at Man United a long time, hasn't he? 10 years. So they've got some decent money in for him, actually. When you think about it, we seem to have had a lot of trouble getting some of our players sold, don't we? I was expecting quite a lot to leave today, or certainly in this window, and it doesn't seem to have happened, does it? Socrates hasn't gone. It looked as though he was on his way out. Looked like there was a few others. I don't know whether there's any swap deals in pipeline, maybe for the final few minutes of the window. Could be quite interesting if there is. I did hear a rumour actually that Arsenal was supposed to be swapping Socrates for Felipe Anderson at West Ham. I'm not sure that much in that, but that would have been an interesting swap, wouldn't it? I think Felipe Anderson actually could be quite a good player for us. A bit of creativity in the midfield area could be what we need. So I wouldn't completely rule it out, but it seems unlikely now. Such a short time to go, and nobody's really mentioned it. It's not being mentioned on Sky. I'll have a look on BT actually and see and see if there's on BBC Sport actually, see if there's anything on there that might have come through in the last few minutes. But we'll see. Obviously, the Thomas Partey was a big one I'm waiting for. Just really keen to get this. Getting a little bit anxious with it now. Let's have a look and see. Fulham are trying to sign Ruben Loftus-Cheek from Chelsea. So I don't know whether there's going to be time to get that done yet. It's going to be on loan, apparently. So we'll see what happens there. Let's have a look. But no, there's nothing else at the moment that's been confirmed. There's a lot of talk on BBC actually about the BBC Sport website about Thomas Partey. It seems as though the deal's done, but I say it hasn't been confirmed yet. So I'm still a little bit anxious that hasn't happened. Time's ticking on. 35, 37 minutes to go of the window. I've just got Edison Cavani's goal scoring record up here. He scored 341 goals in 556 club games, which included 200 in 301 appearances for PSG, which is a club record. And he's also scored 50 goals in 116 games for Uruguay. So he has got over 400 professional goals in his career, which is pretty good going, isn't it? Yes, as we said, he's past his best, but I still think he's going to score some goals. I still think he can get goals in the Premier League. So that could be a good signing for Man United, actually. So let's not write that one off just because of his age. Nothing else has been coming in yet other than the Leeds fish and chips. That's about all that we've got at the moment coming in, which I'm sure that they'll enjoy their fish and chips at Leeds, won't they? Mark's in the comments there has nothing on Sky. Believe it's done. Yes, well, we all believe it's done, but until it's confirmed, I'm getting a little bit nervous about it, I must admit. Yes, I believe it is done, and I'm sure it will be confirmed soon. But sometimes these deals, they just can't get finished in time. And if it doesn't, then we might be missing out until January, which would be a disaster, really. But it's still not been confirmed. It does look as though it is happening, but I say until we get the final confirmation through, it's a little bit up in the air still, isn't it? I'm not quite sure what the delay is. I don't know whether it's to do with they just haven't announced it yet. Arsenal do tend to like putting something through at the last minute, don't they? So whether they've done it already, but they're not going to announce it yet until the last minute, or whether there is a little snag somewhere or a hold up, I don't know. But I'm getting a little bit worried. Really want that to be done because it's time's ticking on now. 35 minutes to go until the window shuts at 11 o'clock, and we still haven't had that confirmation yet. We haven't had any confirmation of any other players leaving either. I don't even think the Torreira loan deal has actually been confirmed, as far as I'm aware. I think it's a loan with an option to buy, but that's not actually been confirmed yet either. So I'm not sure whether negotiations between the two clubs are still going on. But yeah, we'll see. Apparently, West Ham are interested in Tomori, of course, from Chelsea. That could be an interesting one to keep an eye on as well. But nothing, I say, confirmed yet as time is ticking on. But yeah, Leeds look as though they're just about to confirm the Brazilian winger, Rafinha, just about to sign him apparently. So that is going to probably be the next confirmed deal. Let's hope that the Thomas Partey one isn't far behind because time's ticking away, and it's another comment in there from Cam saying it's party time. Well, it isn't quite party time yet, Cam, but I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be soon. At least we hope it will be soon. But if anything goes wrong now, it's going to be a bit of a disaster, isn't it? As we're this close to the deadline, but let's hope that that's not the case. I'll say there's still nothing confirmed yet from anywhere. I don't know whether there's some delays in getting all the paperwork finalised. So Spurs apparently are close to signing Joe Rodon from Swansea. He's a centre back. But again, that hasn't been confirmed yet either. There's a few deals in Europe. Juventus have signed a Fiorentina player, but we're not really interested in that, are we, particularly? But in terms of the Premier League, no, still nothing else yet, which is getting a little bit of a concern, isn't it? But I'm sure there's not going to be any late dramas here. At least I hope not anyway. But we'll see. Just have a look if there's any new rumours on Twitter coming through. We tend to get a few of them coming in, don't we? Let's have a look. No, not yet. A lot of Arsenal fans are getting anxious about Thomas Partey, as I'm sure we all are. People say they might not announce it till tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure they'd need to do it today, wouldn't they? But anyway, we'll see. Apparently Sky Sports have been saying that Thomas Partey is still in Madrid. I mean, it doesn't mean he isn't signing. He could still sign in Madrid, couldn't he? But I'm not really sure what's happening, actually. A few people are saying, welcome Thomas Partey to Arsenal. It's a little bit early for that yet. Let's not get too excited. So Cam's he's just subscribed by channel. Thank you very much, Cam. Much appreciated. So he wants to go with a 4-2-1-3 formation with Partey as a CDM. Yeah, that was perfect position for him. Willian in CAM. Yeah, again, that's a perfect position for him. Aubameyang as a striker and Saka left wing. And that's obviously if we do get Partey. Yeah, I mean, that would be a decent team. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Partey's the one player that we just sort of been missing, haven't we? A really dominant midfield player. He's perfect for us. I mean, I've kind of given up chances of signing him actually over the last few weeks. All the talk has been of Aouar. Of course, he's another great player, and I'm sure he would have been a great signing for us now. But I suppose when we look at it overall, Partey is probably more important in the position that he plays, just because that's where we've been severely lacking, haven't we? That sort of strength and physical power in midfield, plus as well, he is great with the ball. He's a great passer as well. And you know, I've been going on about the Corey that Everton, of course, have just signed from Watford. I do think Partey is a better version of him. So let's hope that this can be done. But it's 10:30, so there's half an hour left of the window. It's still not been confirmed yet. I'm starting to get a little bit anxious now, I must admit. We can't let this one slip away now, can we? Surely. BBC have just put a message out saying stand by for a few done deals. Let's hope that one of them is Partey. The first one's come in. It's Leeds United have completed the signing of Rennes winger Rafinha, subject to international clearance. It says 23 years old, an undisclosed fee on a 4-year deal. So Leeds have got their man. Good signing for them, I think. They've had a great start to the season, haven't they, Leeds? So they're certainly one to watch. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek has agreed a loan deal to go to Fulham from Chelsea. So that's another deal that's just come in as well. And actually Manchester City's Alex Garcia has moved. He's gone to Dynamo Bucharest on a permanent deal. So they turned down a deal from Barcelona and instead he's gone to Dynamo Bucharest instead. So that's him gone. Southampton have just announced the signing of Theo Walcott on loan for the rest of the season from Everton, which we kind of knew about anyway. And that's just actually been confirmed. So there's one or two there just been done as we move into the last half an hour. But still no confirmation of Thomas Partey. It's getting a bit annoying now. Cam's confident we'll get him. I was confident half an hour ago, but suddenly and now I'm getting a bit more concerned. but we'll see. There is still time. And I say Arsenal do like to do things at the last minute, so let's hope that that one's going to be sorted. Yeah, it's only just a Theo Walcott one and a Raphinho one as well. They're the two that's just gone through in the Premier League. But we're still waiting patiently for some good news. I'm actually pleased with Theo Walcott, actually, that he's got a loan move. It never quite worked for him, did it, at Everton, unfortunately. And I say, with the new signings that they've got, he probably wasn't going to get many opportunities there. So I hope he can revive his career this season at Southampton. I've always had a lot of respect for him. I thought he was a good player for Arsenal. I know he took a lot of criticism, but for me, I always liked him. I thought he was good. Cam's remember Ozil. Yeah, we remember Ozil. Yeah, he's going to still be at the club tomorrow, I think, isn't he? Unfortunately for till at least January. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of him now until the end of the season when his contract's up. Which maybe that's not helping us, is it? Free up some funds to get some other players in as well, but. Unfortunately, that seems to be another issue, not connected to the playing side at all, unfortunately. But I don't know if he's still here. I don't know why we don't start playing him a bit more. But you were talking about when he signed at the last second. Yeah, he did. Yeah, we've had a few, haven't we, over the years? Arshavin was another one who signed at last minute. In fact, Arteta as well, didn't he? When we bought Arteta, I'm sure he was a last minute transfer deadline day signing, wasn't he, as well? So we've had a few over the years, actually, and this is going to be the latest one now, obviously, in the last half an hour. Anything else going on at the minute? It doesn't look like it yet. No, nothing else has been confirmed yet. Apparently, Raphinho is the 13th signing for Leeds this window. So they've had a busy summer, haven't they? And of course, they've had a great start to the season, as I said before, playing some good football there as well. And he's just going to add to that as well, isn't he? So Leeds could be a team to watch this season as well. Certainly exciting to watch, aren't they? They've got a lot of goals, play some good football. So looking forward to seeing how he gets on with Leeds. But 26 minutes to go and still no confirmation of Thomas Partey, which is now starting to get quite annoying. But let's remain confident that he will come, because if we've triggered his release clause, to me, there's no reason why the deal won't get completed in time. I'm not quite sure, I'll say, what the delay is, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we will have some good news in a little while. Let's hope so, because time is ticking. 25 minutes now left of the transfer window. I'm expecting it to be announced probably at 1 minute to 11, I expect will probably be what happens. But I'd quite like it to be done before then, because it is starting to get a little bit tense now. I've got to be honest. I'm feeling a little bit tense about it. But there is still time. So we don't need to panic quite yet, do we? Harry Redknapp's comments keep coming up on the Sky site at the moment, which I don't quite know why we want to know what he thinks, but he thinks it's a great move for Theo Walcott to Southampton. So he was probably listening to what I was saying 5 minutes ago, because I think it probably is a good move for him, actually. He's obviously, Theo Walcott said himself that it means a lot to him to go back to Southampton, and he said he might cry when he makes his debut, or his second debut for them. So I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm pleased. Hope it works out well for him, because he deserves to be playing, doesn't he? I think. Always liked Theo Walcott. So what else have we got coming in? Anything? No, we're still no closer. Still no more news on anything that we might be signing. Even Cam's getting worried now. It is the time's ticking on, isn't it? And it is getting a little bit concerning. I've got to be honest. Fulham have just signed Joachim Andersen from Lyon. So that one's come through as well. Danish player. There's a picture of him as well, signed, sealed, and delivered. So there is still time to get these deals in. So let's not panic quite yet. But we shall see. If Fulham can get that deal done, I'm sure we can get our one done as well. I don't know too much about that Joachim Andersen, if I'm honest, but he's a defender which Fulham clearly need. So that's probably going to be a good deal for them, isn't it? Come from Lyon as well, of course. They've had a few good players come through there over the years, haven't they? So that could be a good deal for Fulham, actually, as they obviously battle to try and stay up after a bad start they've had, haven't they? And Lee Dixon's just put on Twitter, the 3 biggest influences on his football career was 1, his dad, 2, George Graham, and 3, Gunnersaurus. So Gunnersaurus, of course, is getting quite a lot of support today after the news broke, of course, earlier that he's been made redundant, unfortunately. I guess with no fans in the ground, there wasn't a lot for him to do. And of course, most dinosaurs have been extinct for quite a long time. So I guess he was hanging on. He was on borrowed time, maybe anyway. But it finally happened today. I'm sure that once the fans are back, I'm sure Gunnersaurus will return. Let's hope so, because he's a great figure around the ground, isn't he? So it'd be nice to see him back. But I'll say at the moment with no fans in, it's almost like it's not point in being there, is it? I don't know what he's meant to do. So let's hope that we get the fans back in soon and he can come back in. Cam's just asked, I'm releasing more content. There's always content coming up, Cam. I pretty much do a video every day. I've got a live show on Thursday at 8 o'clock. There'll be a few guests joining me for that as well. We'll be talking about the start we've made to the season. We'll be talking about, obviously, the transfer window, how it's gone for Arsenal overall, looking ahead to the return after the international break, the game at Man City. Lots going on there. So that's on Thursday. I usually do a live sort of podcast once a week. I do some live updates as well with transfer news, and I cover the Arsenal women as well when they play, and I do some stuff on them. There's quite a lot going on. I mean, if you have a look over on the channel, you'll see what sort of stuff I'm doing. I do quite a lot of stuff on the history of the club as well, looking back at certain events historically, famous games that we've had, ex-players that have left the club and sort of profiling them and all stuff like that. So there's lots going on. I say at the minute I'm putting out quite a lot of content actually every day. A couple of videos I'll put out today as well. A review of the Sheffield United game from yesterday, and also a Premier League review as well of the weekend's games. Of course, quite a lot went on this weekend, didn't it? Lots of goals and lots of surprises, and Aston Villa, of course, the biggest one. Let's have a look if we've had any more, any news yet. That Fulham signings, it's just a loan. It's a loan, so. But I say he's a player that they probably need, don't they? A defender. So that could be a good news for them. But still no news on whether or not we're going to be having a party or not at this moment in time. We're not. It's quite frustrating, but let's see. We're now in the last 20 minutes. This is a bit like Anfield 89, isn't it? That was a tense last 20 minutes, but we got it done in the end. Let's hope we can get this done in the end as well. Won't be quite as a momentous occasion, but it will certainly seem quite important if we can get it done. But they're keeping us waiting, which I suppose they like to do, which is nice of them, isn't it? No, there's still nothing. No new news from anywhere at the minute. I say that Fulham one's the latest one that we've had come in. Andersen for them on loan from Lyon, and looks like the Joe Rodon deal from Swansea to Tottenham doesn't happen yet either, so they might miss out on that one, which would be a shame, wouldn't it, if they did? Yeah, 19 minutes. Yes, we know his 19 minutes is tense. It is quite tense now and quite annoying. Actually, I'm getting quite annoyed about this. But let's not give up hope. There's still time, and it can still happen, and I'm sure it will. Let's see if there's any signs anywhere. I don't know whether Twitter's going to help us out. Maybe it doesn't normally give us any really good news, does it? But let's see. Not at the moment. Someone's put whether they think Arsenal can win the Premier League if we get Partey. Well, I've got feelings that there could be a surprise team winning the league this year. Why not be us? I don't know. But probably not, if we're honest. But no, there's still nothing. There's still no confirmation. Come on, Arsenal, pull your finger out. This is getting ridiculous now. I thought watching a game was tense, but this is just, this is actually worse. I don't know about an extra 2 hours. We shouldn't need an extra 2 hours, should we? Apparently, we released his we paid his release clause about 3 hours ago, didn't we? I don't know if there's maybe delayed with the flights or something like that, or he forgot to wear a mask on the plane or something. I'm not sure. There must be some reason why it's been held up. Southampton have just released a video to welcome Theo Walcott back, so that didn't take them long, did it? I'm sure our video for Thomas Partey is currently being edited and put together before the big announcement, which is going to have to be in the next 15 minutes because time is ticking. But we'll see. I seem to remember when we signed Arshavin a few years ago, it didn't actually go through until the following day. I'm not quite sure why now. I can't remember, but I'm sure that went through the next day. So even if it hasn't happened in the next 15 minutes, let's not completely give up all hope. There still might be a chance if we can change the rules slightly. Chelsea and West Ham apparently are in late loan talks for Tamori. Obviously going to West Ham on loan. That could be a good move for him as well, actually. Obviously, young English defender, not getting a lot of game time at Chelsea this season, is he? West Ham could probably do with a little bit of strengthening in that area. Says Eric Garcia will be staying at Manchester City. Didn't he leave? Didn't they say he'd signed for somebody else? Or did I read that wrong? Anyway, I don't know. But it says he's staying now. So there you go. So I don't know quite where that's come from. But he'll be available to join on a free next season, apparently. So he will be leaving next summer by the look of it. Now, what else have we got? Anything else coming in? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. So that's a little bit annoying. So we are now into the last 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes of this transfer window. And still no news of Thomas Partey signing. As far as we know, the release clause has been met and that's been agreed, but for some reason it's still not been announced. I don't know whether Arsenal are purposely doing this, so they announced the last transfer of the window just to be a little bit special, or whether or not there is a problem with it. There's no news either way. I would have imagined if there was a problem with it, that would have probably got announced by now. So I'm going to still assume that it's going to happen, but it still hasn't been confirmed. So we need to be slightly cautious. Pictures of Theo Walcott in his Southampton kit, which is nice to see. But the one picture we want to see is Thomas Partey in his Arsenal kit. And unfortunately, that isn't happening at the moment. I've just hearing some breaking news that apparently there's been a crowdfunding page set up for Gunnersaurus to get him reinstated at Arsenal, which of course is good news. But let's hope it isn't the only transfer that we're going to be doing today. But yeah, that's quite good, isn't it? So there's a GoFundMe page or a crowdfunding page. So if we all want to nip over there and donate to that to reinstate Garcia, although I'll say I'm not sure what he's meant to do actually at the moment, other than walk around an empty pitch, not like empty stands. I'm not really sure what his role can be, but anyway, he obviously should be staying on at the club, shouldn't he? So let's make sure that gets done, because the poor fella needs to be back, doesn't he? Won't be the same without him. But in terms of actual transfers, we are still awaiting news. It says that Manchester United did try to sign Dembele from Barcelona today, but it didn't happen. So they're going to have to wait for that one. They've signed enough players already anyway, haven't they? So they can do without any more. Not sure where that all fit in, actually. But anyway, so here we are. It's 13 minutes away from the end of the window, and Arsenal still haven't signed Thomas Partey or anybody else for that matter today, which now is looking a little bit more of a problem. But let's not give up. There's still time. There is still time, so but not very much. I don't know how long it takes to sign a contract, really, but clearly it takes about 4 hours. Yes. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's not looking that great anymore, is it? I'm starting to lose a bit of faith in this happening now. 12 minutes to go. This is actually worse than watching Arsenal in a match and actually losing a game with a few minutes to go and sort of praying that we score. Oh dear. He says, well, yeah, Kevin says he thinks Arsenal announced at the last minute to maximise the suspense. Well, yeah, they might well do, but I'm not sure my heart can take it, really. So it does feel like a big game, and we're losing with a few minutes to go, waiting for this final goal to win the game. It's gone very quiet. BBC haven't put any updates on for about 5 minutes. Sky haven't either. Oh, there's just one that come in. Nottingham Forest have completed the signing of somebody called Cafu from Olympiacos. It isn't that Cafu, of course. He's gone on a season-long loan to Nottingham Forest, so which is great for Nottingham Forest, I'm sure, but it doesn't really help us, and it certainly doesn't ease our concerns at this moment in time. But the fact that something's going on suggests that there's still time for this to happen. 10 minutes, I believe. Just saw something come through for Arsenal, but it was actually just an article about Mesut Ozil, which isn't really much use to us at this moment in time. They're just saying that they might be keeping Mesut Ozil away from the dressing room until such a time as he can go. Actually, that's what Don Hutchinson has said, the ex-Liverpool midfielder. Not really sure what it's got to do with him, but there you go. So we're entering the last 10 minutes, and it's not looking that good. Hopefully this will be like the game against West Ham a couple of weeks ago, where it was 1-1, wasn't it, going into the last few minutes, and then we pulled it out of the bag with Nketiah's goal. Hopefully we can do something similar tonight, and we'll get this one over the line in the last minute as well. But time is running out, and suddenly what was looking like it was being a great transfer deadline day, or going to be an exciting transfer deadline day, is suddenly looking to become quite disappointing. I mean, the funny thing is, obviously, this morning I wasn't really expecting us to get Thomas Partey now, because it looked as though the deal was off. But having it been so close to it looking as though it was getting done, and after us apparently reaching the release clause, it's now going to be really frustrating if it doesn't happen, actually. But there is still time. Let's not write it off yet. There is still a few minutes left, 9 minutes, I believe. And we'll see. There's a few people on Twitter saying they want it to be announced so they can go to bed. Yeah, I think we're all in that boat at this moment in time. Charles Watts on Twitter, of course, he's the one who announced the fact that we were back in for Thomas Partey this morning. He's just said, just waiting on the announcement now. He tweeted that 3 minutes ago. I just hope he's right. Please be right, because we really do need this to happen now, don't we? So let's see. But there's still actually no confirmation as yet. Sky have just put a 10-minute warning. Can Arsenal get Partey done, and will Loftus-Cheek complete his Fulham loan deal? So they're trying to build up the excitement even more and the tension even more. But we don't need it building up anymore. Thank you very much, because we're feeling the tension already. But Charles Watts has said it's just a matter of the announcement, and if Charles Watts says it, I'm going to believe him, because he seems to have got this one right. So let's hope that is true. But I say we're still 7 minutes away now. So 11 p.m. tonight is the deadline for all international registration. So we do need to get this done in the next 7 minutes. Of course, with the deals between the Premier League and the Football League can still go ahead a bit longer, I believe, which is to the 16th of August. So there's a bit more time left on that one. But if we want Thomas Partey, we are going to have to get this registered in the next 7 minutes. So come on, Arsenal, pull your finger out, please, and get this done, because it is not looking good. A lot of people are saying party time on Twitter. It isn't quite party time yet, is it? So let's not jump the gun quite yet. TalkSport have announced it. TalkSport have just said Arsenal have now completed the signing of Thomas Partey. He said the announcement is imminent, which means it hasn't been announced yet. TalkSport have obviously listened to Charles Watts as well. It hasn't been confirmed officially yet, but suddenly it's looking a little bit more optimistic now. Yeah, Charles Watts is very reliable. He is. He's a good lad, and he gets a lot of things right. So I'm relying on him. I'm hoping he's got this right as well. But there's still no official confirmation, even though TalkSport have tweeted it out that we've signed him. But I'll say there is still no official confirmation. David Ornstein's put Partey to Arsenal is done. That was 9 minutes ago. Again, it's still not been confirmed. It is looking. I'm suddenly feeling a little bit more optimistic now with all of these tweets coming in. But there is still no confirmation on either Sky or BBC at this moment. 5 minutes left. It's going to be a big 5 minutes as well. There seems to be a lot of celebrating on Twitter from Arsenal fans and people in the media. I just hope it isn't premature. I've got to be honest and say that the Partey will be a fantastic signing for Arsenal. I don't have any doubt about that. He's exactly what we need, and he's going to transform our midfield, isn't he? And also as well, we've got time to integrate him in before our next game against Man City as well. So just waiting for this now. 4 minutes left of the window. Please, Arsenal, do not let us down, because this is massive. Could be the biggest signing that we've made for quite a long time, for quite a few years, actually. Just the stature of the player and what he's going to bring, his profile, everything is just everything that we need. It is obviously a player, of course, that we have been chasing for a long time now. So to finally get it over the line will be amazing, and it definitely will be time for a party. But we've still got to hang on. There's still no official confirmation yet. We're 4 minutes away from the deadline. I'm talking about cutting it fine. Wow. Still nothing. Still nothing on Sky, and still nothing on BBC. I'm assuming Arsenal.com won't have anything yet either. No, they haven't. So we are still waiting. Down into the last 3 minutes now. Gabriel and Partey will never concede ever again. Well, I'm sure we might concede the odd goal here and there, but because unfortunately Rob Holding still might play. But we probably won't concede as many as we were previously. But he's still not done yet. It's still not been confirmed. And we are down to the last 3 minutes of the transfer window. 3 minutes we've got to get this pushed through. I hope their fax machine's working. Because otherwise we might not get this finalised. I mean, Twitter's in meltdown. Pretty much Twitter's saying it's done. But it's still not. A lot of people saying it's done. It's done on Twitter. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet, guys. Let's not get too excited just in case. But it is looking a little bit more likely now, perhaps. Let's see. Any news anywhere? No. Still nothing. Still nothing. We're 2 minutes away now. 2 minutes. We might do this in stoppage time, maybe in Fergie time. We might pull this one out of the bag, but we're still waiting. There's contrasting reports. I say Twitter is basically saying it's done. People like Charles Watts and David Ornstein are saying it's done, but it's still not been officially confirmed. I don't know whether this is a true picture. I've just seen a picture of Lucas Torreira in an Atletico shirt on Twitter as well, for his loan deal. If that's gone through, then there's every reason to be more optimistic, isn't there, that this has been done. But breaking news, it says here, Atletico Madrid confirmed Thomas Partey's release clause has been activated and his contract at the club has been terminated. It's now been yellow boxed on Sky. Does that mean it's done? It doesn't actually say he signed for Arsenal. It just says his contract at Atletico Madrid has been terminated. This is going down to the wire. It's going to be a Michael Thomas moment, this, which is quite sort of apt, isn't it? Thomas bursting through the midfield. We might be getting a new Thomas in our midfield. And it's going to be done at the very last second by the look of it. That breaking news on Sky went at 22:59 to say that his contract at Atletico Madrid has been terminated, but as yet we haven't had a confirmation that he's actually signed for Arsenal. I just want to see a picture of him in an Arsenal shirt, a proper picture, not one that's been put together on Photoshop. So it's now 11 o'clock, which means the transfer window is kind of shut. But if his contract has been terminated and he hasn't got a contract, then surely that means we can actually sign him anytime now. It wouldn't have to be before the deadline, would it? Because he's not under contract. That's what I'm reading into that. So maybe the actual signing might not be confirmed for a little while yet, but possibly if his contract's been terminated at Atletico Madrid because we've paid the release clause, then surely that means the deal's done. Surely it does. Just not really quite sure how that's going to work. But still, it hasn't been confirmed. This has been the longest transfer deadline day in history, isn't it? It says here on Sky, the transfer window is now closed. Clubs still have time to get the paperwork done. So let's hope that at this moment in time, this paperwork is getting done. It does seem as though it is. Let's be honest. It does seem as though it is, but I just want actual confirmation, official confirmation from Arsenal would be really much appreciated, because at the moment it's not been 100% confirmed, but it is starting to look as though it's very, very likely to have happened. We have paid the release clause, and I guess if we pay the release clause, it must mean that we've got him. But Atletico Madrid have tweeted, Arsenal paid Thomas Partey's buyout clause at La Liga headquarters. The player has unilaterally terminated his contract with our club. So, yeah, that's basically what Sky had put. But still hasn't actually been completely confirmed. Everybody's saying it's done. Everyone on Twitter is saying it's done, but I'm not 100% convinced yet until I actually see it officially done. There's still nothing on Arsenal.com either. So I'm guessing it's just some paperwork, hopefully, to be done. But I'm going to stay on and for a little while longer. Well, Cam says it's done, so it must be done. But I still haven't had confirmation officially yet. Twitter says it's done, I must admit. But let's see. Arsenal have just tweeted about Lucas Torreira leaving, which I'm sure is definitely part of this deal, isn't it? I think we know that. I think it is done. But just want to see the confirmation first. But still not quite been confirmed yet. So we will wait a few more minutes just to see, because it would be nice to get a nice picture of him in his Arsenal shirt, possibly a nice video released by the club to confirm it all. At the moment, we're still waiting for all of this to happen. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of partying going on Twitter, actually, which is good. Deal done. Here we go. 23:01. It's been confirmed. Arsenal signing of Thomas Partey has been confirmed by Atletico Madrid. Technically, it hasn't. It was just that his contract has been terminated, but I guess it's the same thing. So, yes, I think we've had confirmation. Sky Sports have just said we were talking about them needing a deal sheet, but it looks like they've done it before 11 o'clock. We're just waiting for an announcement from the Arsenal end to say they have signed Thomas Partey. They've triggered the €45 million release clause, and he's had a medical in Madrid. He's now expected to fly from Madrid to international duty with Ghana, who face Mali on Friday. But we're just awaiting to the Arsenal end of things to confirm that Thomas Partey is indeed an Arsenal player. So it looks like it has been done, guys. It looks like Thomas Partey has joined Arsenal for €45 million by the look of it, which, you know, for the sort of player that he is, isn't actually a bad deal, is it? Let's be honest. Why we had to drag it on so long, why we had to make it take so long, I don't know. But we're still just finally waiting for the confirmation from Arsenal just to confirm it. But it is looking extremely like 99% that we have got our man. We've got Thomas Partey. Big signing this is for Arsenal. Let's not underestimate how big this is. Really, really important player. I think he's going to transform our midfield. And I do think there'll be a few teams in the Premier League who will be looking over their shoulder now at Arsenal and thinking, you know what, they could be serious this season. He's a player that we needed, isn't he? Let's be honest, he is. And as much as it would have been great for Hassan Aouar to come as well, if we can get him in January, then, you know, it's going to be, that'll be good. But that's for another day, another time. The most important thing is that we have got Thomas Partey. He's well, he hasn't quite been confirmed officially by Arsenal yet, but by all intents and purposes, he's an Arsenal player joined from Atletico Madrid. I say it looks like 45 million euros we've paid for him. And wow, what a transfer window it's been. Loads of party times going up on Twitter, of course, predictably. Although somebody's put there that they think Arsenal's transfer window is only a 6 out of 10. Not quite sure if that's quite true, is it? But anyway, there we go. So it looks as though we've got a new number 5, and it looks as though it is going to be a brilliant signing. What's happening here? Arsenal have put a tweet out. 11:15. It looks like they're going to be announcing it at 11:15 officially. So we might as well hang on for another 5 minutes and actually see the official announcement. I suppose they're about to do a nice video, aren't they? I say Lucas Torreira has just been confirmed his loan to Atletico Madrid as a replacement, obviously, for Thomas Partey. Seems a strange swap deal, doesn't it, when you think about it? But anyway, we've obviously come out of that quite well. So yeah, I'm just going to hang on and wait for the official announcement video or announcement from Arsenal, which is due at 11:15, they said. I'm sure it'll be a good video. I'll say they've certainly done some good stuff, haven't they, in release videos recently. So I'm sure this one will be just as good. So yeah, we can finally relax. We can finally look forward to seeing Thomas Partey in an Arsenal shirt, starting hopefully in the next game, isn't it? It's the 17th of October against Manchester City, which is going to be good. But yeah, let's just hang on for this actual official announcement, because I'm sure it's going to be good, and I'm sure Arsenal won't let us down. Finally, Cam said Arsenal finally replaced Patrick Vieira. Yeah, only took us 15 years to replace him, but we have finally replaced him. Let's not put too much pressure on him to start with, but yeah, potentially he's definitely that player that we've been lacking in midfield for a number of years now. And I couldn't be any more excited about this, actually, because I do think it's a fantastic deal for Arsenal. I do think it's a brilliant transfer for us, and I just can't wait to see this actually officially announced now. We've got about 5 minutes to wait for that. I'm guessing they're going to do something special on Twitter, so we'll go over to there in a second and see what's happening there. At the moment, I'll say we're still waiting for that. But yes, Thomas Partey is coming to Arsenal. What a transfer window it's been. I must admit, I've got to be honest, I was expecting our to come, but we've got Partey instead. So Cam's off. Yep. Cheers, Cam. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Look out for some videos I'm doing tomorrow as well on the transfer window, and come back on Thursday as well. Thursday night, 8:00 for the live show as well. Be good to have you on board there as well, which would be nice. So we can all go away soon and celebrate this fantastic deal. Say a great transfer deadline day for Arsenal today. So I just want to wait for this official announcement from Arsenal, which I'm sure is going to be good. But let's see. There's loads of pictures of him on Twitter in an Arsenal kit, obviously, that have been mocked up, waiting for this moment, which for a while looked like it wasn't going to happen, didn't it? But thankfully it has, which is good. Which is a shame, isn't it? We won't be able to see him live in action at the stadium anytime soon. But you know, it's what it is, isn't it? I suppose it's one of them things. We just have to wait for that to happen. And Everton have completed the signing of goalkeeper Robin Olsen on a season-long loan from AS Roma. So that looks like he's putting a bit of pressure on Jordan Pickford, doesn't it? He's not had the greatest starts to the season, has he, actually? I mentioned it in my video today, how I feel as though he's been their weak link, actually. So they've now got a new goalkeeper in on loan to maybe put some pressure on Pickford. So that could be interesting to see how that works out, actually, for Everton. Obviously, top of the Premier League they are at the moment, aren't they? They've had a great start to the season. So, and a good transfer window. Of course, they did also buy Ben Godfrey from Norwich today as well. Again, another defensive signing for them. I think they realise where their issues maybe are. So 11:15 is supposed to be the official announcement. 3 more minutes to wait, and then we can officially celebrate and have our own little party, because we've got Thomas Partey. It's been a long wait. It's been a long day, if we're honest, but it's been worth it, or it will be worth it in a few minutes when we get the confirmation we've been waiting for, which will be the official unveiling of our new midfield player. Yeah, Everton have officially announced the signing of that goalkeeper on loan, Olsen. So that will be that's another good signing for them, I think. But to be honest with you, now we don't really care about anybody else. It's all about Arsenal and Partey, and that's all we need to worry about. We just need to get this officially done. And yeah, it's unbelievable, really, isn't it? It's been a long wait for this to be confirmed, hasn't it? It's nearly 11:15 and it still hasn't officially been confirmed. But in terms of the transfer window, I mean, we've strengthened the areas in the team that we needed to. We've got in the players that we were lacking. Arteta has pinpointed the players that he wanted, and it seems as though we've managed to get most of them in. I do think there's still one or two others that he's looking at, possibly for January, as we said, but we've managed to get most of it done that we needed to do. I think it's been a great window. I say I'll be going over it a little bit more detail tomorrow on a video I'll do tomorrow morning. But I think it's been a decent window for Arsenal, actually. Very good. And I say hopefully January there'll be more to come as well, but we'll forget about that for now. And let's wait for this big announcement, which should be any minute now, actually. The official, I don't know if it's going on the Arsenal website, whether it's going on Twitter. Not really sure yet, but we shall see. Still not quite ready yet by the look of it, but we will get there in a minute, I'm pretty sure. Apparently the Chelsea defender Tomori has snubbed the offer to join West Ham on loan. So he's staying at Chelsea. Looks like Burnley haven't managed to buy anybody, so Sean Dyche won't be very happy, will he? Seeing as I suppose they can still buy players from the Championship and whatever, so we'll see. Maybe they might get somebody there. Right, here we go. Arsenal have released a video to announce Thomas Partey. Fantastic. They've released this on Twitter currently at this moment in time. And I'll just put the sound on. Welcome to the party, they've put. Very, very good. Well, that's definitely done then. They did make it drag on until the final seconds, as we knew they would. It was definitely a Michael Thomas moment to sign another Thomas Partey. It definitely is party time for Arsenal now. So brilliant. What more can we have wanted really from today? I know the talk was all about our earlier on, but I think Thomas Partey is probably a more important signing for us actually, and I'm really really excited to see him play for us now. Absolutely brilliant. It's what we needed, and of course, we're all over the moon. So I will sign off for now. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for Cam in particular for the comments, which kept us going through the stress of the last 25 minutes or so, which is great. Obviously, we got the result that we wanted in the end. It's been a good transfer window for us. I say I'll do a video tomorrow going over it all in a bit more detail, all the comings and goings that we've had this sort of summer and autumn transfer window. And I say I'll be doing a live podcast on Thursday as well, going over everything of the last couple of weeks, the games and the transfer window as well. A few good guests joining me then as well. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well. Please give this video the thumbs up as well. I know we took our time to get there. Shame Arsenal couldn't have sorted the signing out at 10:15, but there we go. They have done it. It is done. Thomas Partey is officially an Arsenal player. Wow, I'm so excited about it. It's brilliant. And say it's just what a great signing it's going to be for us. Fantastic. I'm over the moon. So I say thanks for watching this video. So thanks for all of me subscribers to the channel. I say if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I say tune into the channel tomorrow when I'll be putting out my video on the transfer window, which I'll record in the morning. And in the meantime, of course, as always, come on you Gunners. What a transfer window. Fantastic. Party